Hello, I'm Representative Melanie Stambaugh. It is an honor to serve the 25th Legislative District in the Washington State House of Representatives. Today, we are in the gallery overlooking the House of Representatives floor. This marks the end of the first week of the 2017 legislative session. This week, we began with opening ceremonies where myself and the other members of the House were sworn into office to serve the people of Washington State. The opening ceremonies continued on Wednesday as the statewide elected office holders were sworn into office. These statewide offices include the governor, the lieutenant governor, the treasurer and the secretary of state, the state auditor, the superintendent of public instruction, and the lands commissioner. After the statewide office holders were sworn in, the governor gave his State of the State address, and we were graced by the vocals of Washington native and renowned singer Judy Collins. So far this week, I have been meeting with parents and students in my office, both from our community and from across the state. I've also been working with policy staff and members of the legislature to finalize the bills that I will be sponsoring this session. These policies range from juvenile justice reform to sign language interpreter certification, as well as helping small businesses like local auto body shops and ensuring that high school advanced placement classes receive proper recognition from higher education institutions across our state. This session, I will be serving on two House committees, the Transportation Committee, which oversees transportation policy as well as establishes a transportation budget, and the Higher Education Committee, which oversees two-year and four-year public and private institutions as well as workforce development. Education funding will be the paramount duty of the legislature this session. Over this interim, I've been working with the House Republican Caucus's Education Funding Group, looking at educator compensation, potential local levy reforms, as well as the definition of basic education. My work in education will continue in looking at education funding options as we move forward this legislative session. In the Transportation Committee, we heard from the Secretary of Transportation on the state of our transportation system, as well as heard from the governor's staff about the governor's proposed transportation budget. There is one critical piece to the governor's proposed budget that would be beneficial for the 25th Legislative District, and that is an advancement of $36 million for right-of-way purchases for the future location of the State Route 167 completion. As real estate prices are rising, we have an opportunity to save taxpayer dollars by purchasing land sooner rather than later. I will work to make sure that this advancement in funds is included in our final transportation budgets so that we can keep the cost low for the State Route 167 completion. In the Higher Education Committee, we received reports from two task forces that were established 2 years ago to look at problem areas in our higher education institutions. The first was the Task Force on Mental Health and Suicide Prevention, and the second was the Campus Sexual Violence Task Force. I've been involved with the work of the Campus Sexual Violence Task Force over the last 2 years, and I look forward to taking their recommendations and turning them into legislation to work on this legislative session. It has been a busy first week of legislative session. Bills are already circulating the House and the Senate chambers, and I invite you to keep up to date with the work of the legislature by accessing the state website, which is leg.wa.gov. It is here that you can sign up for email updates on committee agendas, as well as give your input on bills directly to legislators. If you have any concerns or ideas, please contact my office and come visit me at the state capitol. This is your government, this is your capital. It is an honor to serve our community in the State House of Representatives. Thank you.